Welcome to the 30 of our free sewing class. It has actually been a privilege to serve you all in this for the past 30 days. It has been a wonderful experience. Sorry, I will have to put off my camera. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just drop an emoji. Let me know you can hear me. Let me be sure you can hear what I'm saying. All right. Thank you all for staying tuned for the past 30 days. It's been a privilege once again to teach. And I want to say that I have learned a lot as well. I've not only taught, I have learned. Thank you for helping me to learn. And this is just a time for us to talk about what we have learned. If you have any question, you can drop your question. And there are some questions that I will want to discuss. Some people have sent some questions to me, and this is the time for me to talk about the questions. All right, the first question that I got earlier was somebody that was asking me about my 3 inches, 5 inches, and 1.5 standard that I use. Like if you have been following the lesson, you understand that I usually use 3 inches, 5 inches, and 1.5 inches. And I tell you, I used to say that it's the standard for all my measurements. The person was asking that where do I start the 5 inches from? Maybe while I was drafting, you didn't see it well. Once I draw a line, which is my reference line, the first measurement I usually take is the 3 inches. If you go back to all the previous videos where I drafted pattern, you'll notice that I usually take the 3 inches first. So after taking the 3 inches, from that 3 inches point, that is where I will measure another 5 inches. So the 5 inches is not starting from my starting point. The 5 inches I will measure will start from the 3 inches. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'll measure 3 inches first. Then after the 3 inches, I will now measure another 5 inches. So in total, it's about 8 inches. You know, the first 3 inches plus the other 5 inches, it makes it all in total 8 inches. So that is how I usually get the 3 inches and the 5 inches standard. Then once I measure the 5 inches, I will go down by 1.5 inches. Then I will draw the slope. I will draw the shoulder slope. And for all the pattern I drafted, I was using 16 as the shoulder. Now, if your client or your own shoulder is more than 16, you just extend that your shoulder slope. You will extend it. After extending it, you put the person's back. I hope you understand that part. Now another person dropped a question about 6 pieces. We did not cover pieces skirt. Actually, I did teach about pieces skirt, but one thing I can assure you is on my channel I will always drop sewing tutorials. So even if you have not taught 6 pieces now or pieces skirts, I can assure you that with time I will be dropping videos. So I will teach pieces skirts as the time goes on. All right, now let me just recap what we have learned in this past 30 days. We started with our introduction. I taught the different sewing tools that we have. I taught the different sewing tools that we have. And after that, I taught how we can take measurements, how to take measurements, the type of measurements you are to take. I spoke about the different fabrics that we have, how you can the type of fabric. Then we spoke about that, and we drafted some pattern. I must say that sewing is it's not something you can just learn. Like all everything I taught within these 30 days took me years, some by trial and error. So I just laid the foundation. So I will encourage you to build on this foundation. Learn every day. Do your own research and don't be afraid to make mistakes. You know, sometimes we are afraid to make mistakes, but I must say that mistakes is one of the things that makes us learn more. We learn from our mistakes. So please don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And well, okay, let me share an experience several years ago when I was still I I used 6 yards of an Ankara fabric to make skirt and blouse, and it was, in fact, I couldn't get a scarf for the person. I wasted the material, but those are the mistakes I made in the past. So I want to encourage you, don't be afraid to make mistakes. All right, let me answer some other questions. Why is it important to take measurements? Why is it important to take measurements? I want to say, please, if there's anything you are going to learn how to do right, is how to take body measurements, because you need those measurements for the clothes to fit well. Except you want to go into making of what's it called, boo, all these big clothes. You might not really need some measurements, but I want to encourage you, please, if there's anything you're going to learn how to take your measurements properly and correctly. It will save you a whole lot of headache. And please take as many measurements as you can. And if you are close to whoever you are sewing for, you can always ask them to come for fitting. Let them wear the clothes so that you will know how far you are going and how well you are doing. Please always take your measurements, accurate measurements at that. Now let's talk about that. What is the purpose of that? Why do you need that? You know, that can be confusing. But I want to say that the purpose of that is to help shape the fabric so that it can fit your body curves. There is a video about that manipulation. Please, that video is very important. If you have not come across that video, please try and check the video out. It is very important. You need that so that the body curves, you know, we have curve at the bust area, the waist area, and the hip area. When you know how to use that, it helps to make your dress fit very well. Now, also, I must not forget to tell you that sewing allowance is very important. Please endeavor to always add allowance when you are drafting. Endeavor to always add allowance when you are drafting. If you can, like when I was drafting, I was using 1 inch sewing allowance. But please, if you are just starting, always add like 2 inches sewing allowance in case you miscalculate, in case you do not calculate very well. please always put enough sewing allowance. Now, and like I emphasized during this lesson, I said it that your iron is very important. Please learn as you are learning. Make sure you learn how to press as you sew. As you are sewing your clothes, always iron. It makes your work easy, and also when you iron, you will understand, you will be following the sequence of what you are sewing, so that you will know when you are making mistakes. You know when you are making mistakes. Please endeavor to always iron. Let your iron be your friend. We have dry iron, we have a steam iron, and for this part of the country, of the world, where our light is not stable, you can always get a charcoal iron. Please, it's very, very important. Learn to iron as you sew. Learn to iron as you sew. And I want to also say that if you want to sew, what are the things you need to do? Let me just go about it. Let me just go through it for you. The first thing you need to do is to get your style. What do I want to sew? What is the occasion? So what does it look like? So you look out for styles, then you take measurements. You take accurate measurements. Then after taking your measurements, what you need to do is to draft, or you cut your pattern. Either you draft directly on the fabric or you cut a pattern. Then you must have calculated, okay, does it have that? What type of neck am I putting? What type of sleeve? All those things you have to take note of. And what am I adding? What am I adding to it? If you are putting zipper, you should have purchased your zipper. What type of closure? We spoke about closure. You know the different type of closure. So you have to take note of those. And also, I must say, I cannot overemphasize. You must press, always press your work. And I think those are the questions that I have. Let me take, there's somebody asking now that, please, is it a straight dress or bubu will I fold into two? Most of the clothes you sew, you have to fold into two. The only thing that will not make you fold your clothes into two is maybe it is asymmetric. You know, the cloth we are sewing is symmetric most of the time. Meaning, if you put the person in front of you, the right side is always the same as the left side. You understand? That is the symmetric we are talking about. The right side of a person is always the same. Just like, you know, we have our hand at the left, we have another hand at the right. We have your leg. You know, if you put a straight line at the center that passes from your head to your nose down till you get to your head, the right side is the same as the left side. So that is why we fold into two. That is symmetric. But if you discover that you want to sew a cloth, maybe the right side of the cloth is longer than the left side of the cloth, that is when you are not to fold into two. That's when you're not folding into two. You understand? But either you are cutting a bubu, either you are cutting whatever it is you are cutting, you fold it into two. You fold it into two. Then you cut the front and then you cut the back. You cut the front and then you cut the back. All right, what other things do I want to talk about? I want to say that don't worry, I'm not leaving you. I'll still be dropping videos on my channel. I'll still be dropping videos on my channel. I think the next series, I've done 30 days of sewing. The next series is how to sew, or sewing tricks and tips. Those are the next things I'll be dropping on this channel. So just stay with me on this channel. And for those of you that have access to my number or to the WhatsApp group, you can always drop whatever questions you have for me on the group. I can assure you that I will still be active on the group. I'll still be very, very active on our group. And we'll have had this meeting in the WhatsApp group, but I have to do it here because there are some people that will still come across this video and might be wondering where is the 30, where is the 30. So that's why I decided to do it here, so that the series will be complete since we started day one on YouTube, so that I will end day 32 on YouTube. It's actually breaking my heart that we are ending this series, because I must tell you the truth, I enjoyed it, even though it was a lot of work on my part, but I enjoyed the series. I really, really enjoyed the series. Is there any question for me? If you still have any question, please drop. And I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for always watching the video. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be of service. I just decided to do this free. What you've gained in these 30 days is what some people, it takes some people years, and they pay heavily for it. But I just decided to do it free. I decided to do it free, and I hope I've been able to bless you. I hope I've been able to bless you. I hope you have gained one or two things from this series. I'm still waiting. If you have any question for me, if there's anything you want to talk, you can just type on the chat button and just drop your questions before we'll call it a night. And before we call it a night, I don't want the video to be more than 20 minutes. So once we are getting to 20 minutes, it might be I will have to cut off, and that will be all. All right, I think I have said all I have to say, and I want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for always yes, definitely I will, definitely. I hope you are on the WhatsApp group. You can always chat me privately. You can always drop whatever question you have in the group, even if it is just to drop anything sewing related. I would definitely be available. I'm not going anywhere. The group is I have other WhatsApp groups, so I'm thinking maybe I will collapse all the groups together, so that we all can meet and have just one group. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you for coming to this live, and I'm sorry once again for not on my camera. I just decided to do it off camera, so that you just hear my voice. All right. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening. See you next time. Bye.